Alrighty, well, good afternoon, everybody. So what today is going to be about is I'm going to do a review on this, which is the ammo I plan on hunting with this year with my 10 mil. So it's going to be an ammo review, and want to get out here before the season starts. Our season starts in about 17-18 days maybe, and after that we kind of shut the ranges down on the club, so we don't want anybody shooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 10 mil out, and I'm going to do a 25 and a 50 yard review on this ammo. I figured that's probably good for a pistol. I don't plan on shooting any further than that, but I'm really excited to check out this ammunition because it's got some good reviews. It's 1500 feet per second, which is pretty good for a 10 mil. It gets you out of that, you know, those when you get those 1000 or 1100 feet per second, that's kind of not, your 10 mil could do better. So that's why I got this, and it's got the jacketed hollow point. And anyway, so to go ahead and get everything set up real quick so I can start filming, and then I'll flip this thing back on in a second when I got the gun ready to go. So see you in a bit. And I'm back. So here's what we're doing today. Go ahead and take it out. So this is Underwood ammo, 10 mil. Specs on this thing are 155 grain, XTP, jacketed hollow point, 1500 feet per second. Nice casing it comes in. And the target I currently have set up is at 25 yards, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this, do some grouping, and then I'll work it out if I'm doing well in this, because the last thing I shot out of here was that previous video, that Blazer. So this sight was tuned to that, but I want to tune it to this. So I'm going to go ahead and point it down range and pull the trigger and see what happens. And I'm back. Alright, so here's what happened since I turned the camera off. Rather than y'all have to watch me make sure this thing was zeroed in, I took about 10 shots with it, and I think I got it where I want to shooting this ammo. Full disclosure, this is a little bit hotter than that Blazer brass I shot, and you can tell when you pull the trigger. But it looks like it's hitting where I want it to. So I'm going to go ahead and point it down range, and the black spot that I'm shooting at in the middle there is, I think, 1.25 inches. So that gives you the size of the grouping. So let me go ahead and start this camera down here so I can start recording these shots so you get the up close, and then we can go ahead and get this thing started. Yeah, so setup, I forgot to bring my bag, so this is kind of what we have at our range here, and I'm just making it work. But I'm able to get it steady enough. So I'm going to go ahead and point down range, start pulling the trigger. I've got 5 rounds in here, so I'm going to do a 5-shot group just to make sure it's good to go. I believe it's going to be. And then if I'm happy with that and I don't have to make any adjustments, then I'm going to work it out to 50 yards. So here we go, first 5-shot group of the Blazer. I'm sorry, didn't mean to insult you, Underwood. Of the Underwood 10 mil. Just trying to get as steady as possible. Well, I can't see it with my naked eye. I'm guessing it's in the black. Yep, right there at the top of the dead center. Alright, let's go ahead and put these other 4 rounds through here. Just outside. Stacked it on that first one. I felt that when I jerked it before I pulled the trigger, so I don't think that was a good one. Yeah, low and right. Let's readjust. Let me get snug again. Alright, let's look at that one. That one felt better. I might throw another round in there just because I don't like where that one flew. Yeah, so that one stuck it right in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and throw another one of these in here, because I don't really like where that thing, I don't really like where me jerking it. So let's go ahead, for accuracy's sake, since I'm reviewing this ammo, see if I can put it in the black again. Don't surprise me. Yeah, good to go. So I'm pretty happy with that. Minus that one little flyer, which is still shooting at that center. That's within, you know, 1.5 to 2 inches. Not bad. So those other 5 are touching the black or in the black. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm happy with that. I'm gonna put 5 more rounds in here and I'm gonna take it out to 50. So flip this thing back on in here a little bit. Okay, so that was 25 yards. I got 5 more in here. I'm about to take it out to 50. Pretty happy with that. Now, I don't know how far it's throwing the brass. I was going to pick it up between shots, but I'll look for it in a second because it's not right over here right next to the bench. Let's go ahead and get this thing loaded up and see what happens. All right, I'm going to turn the red dot down a little bit because that 50 yard, seeing that inch black circle is kind of tough to see. All right, so this is going to be kind of like the last video, best effort. I'm just going to get as close as I can to the center because this thing is completely covering it. Even at the lowest brightness, it's still a small dot at 50 yards. Well, let's see what happens. Actually, let me bring this up a little bit. Alright, that one flew to the left. Now let's see how the rest of these things group. Again, I'm doing best effort because it is hard to see at 50 yards. That one looks like it is center punch, so I'll take that. Maybe I could do that with the last few. Just to the right. Just to the left. Alright, let's see. And just to the top. Alright, so I'm going to get those, but I'm pretty sure that's within a 3-inch group total. So let me run down there and grab that. I'll do some close-ups of it real quick, see what we got. And then I might set something up that's a little more realistic, you know, that I might be able to see a little better at 50 yards than, at, you know, 1.25 inch circle. So I'll be right back. I don't know about y'all, but it is not getting any cooler down here in South Carolina. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get in the close-ups of these targets that I just shot, but first I'm going to start off with the control that I use to shoot this ammo, and that is, I've got a Dan Wesson RZ10 Razorback. It's got a 5-inch barrel, match grade, and I've got the Vortex Venom 3 MOA red dot on the back of it. Alright, so as you saw in the video, I just used the rest that I had here and seemed to work pretty well. So let's go ahead and start with the 25 yards. So here's 25 yards with the 10 mil. Here's a dollar bill folded in half so you can check the group out. You know, pretty much if I wanted to, I could cover it with that dollar bill. And for point of reference, I don't have a ruler, so the dollar bill is about 3 inches folded in half, or pretty close to it, because the dollar bill is about 6 inches. So there you go, 25. One more time. All right, 50 yards. So 50 yards, I was pretty surprised. Same thing. This gun was fairly accurate. I didn't have, again, shooting on a 3 MOA red dot. There's no zoom on it. I'm using a rest. And at 50 yards, this little spot here is pretty much covered. Like, I was just kind of aiming where I assumed it was. So the results are, you know, fairly speculative. But here we go. So there we go. There's 50 yards with this 10 mil ammo. Here's a dollar bill again next to it, so you can see the group. Just assume that this outer ring here is 3 inches, but not a bad group. And if I was shooting at a lung, which is what I'm going to be shooting at for the deer I'm shooting at, that would have definitely been a long shot. So to wrap this thing up, good accurate ammo. I'm not going to shoot another box of it. I'm pretty happy with this. If you don't think this is a true ammo review because I didn't burn through hundreds of rounds, I'm sorry. This is a good enough ammo review for me, and if anybody that might be looking for this, I hope it helps. Ammo's getting hard to come by, I guess, so to speak, and it's not super cheap anymore, so I'm just going to stick with this. So this is my ammo review. I'll be hunting with it this year. If I get anything, I will let you know how it performed. Hopefully there's a video of that, and if I can recover the round from an animal I harvest, I'll pull it out and see if I can get it for expansion. That way you can tell. Otherwise, I hope it's a full pass-through in reality, because, you know, I don't want a round getting stuck in the animal. I want a full pass-through so that thing looks like a, you know, a faucet that's leaking. So that's all I've got. If you got any questions, let me know. Feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to know more about the 10 mil I'm shooting or want a review on that, let me know. I've had it for several years now and I've been really, really happy with it. But that's all I've got. I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope, you know, our deer season comes around here in a couple weeks. And if anybody here in South Carolina is watching, good luck on opening day. Unfortunately, I have to go on a work trip, so I won't be here. But I hope somebody out there gets one that I know. Y'all have a good one.